Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big, weird, wild world out there, folks. And here we stand, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
That's right, boys and girls. How are you doing out there? Welcome, welcome. You're listening to The ProBoh Show. If you're lucky enough to be listening live, it's currently 8:30 Central European Time. Big hello to my listeners right here in Spain who are joining me live on the radio. For those of you extra special beings, you might be watching me live on twitch.tv/professional bohemian. You guys are almost the most important people involved in the execution of this show because you actually participate with the content. And today, right now, that I know there's a lot more people here, but the two that are chatting right now are Born to Iron Man and Pedro from Instagram. How are you doing, guys? What's coming up in today's show? Well, allow me to tell you. We ask 100 humans what type of profession is the most serious? Requires further explanation, I do know. We'll get there. We'll get there. Then, in Complete the News, assuming we have time for both, we look at why an Arizona man was arrested. And again, want to do this piece of news from Yorkshire. Things you shouldn't do while riding a train in Yorkshire. It's a good one. And then today we have... we've been talking a lot about what it means to be human, what it means to be an effective decision maker, what it means to be or to live your life with a certain amount of moral certainty. And today we're going to continue that theme with a topic that is touches upon moral ambiguity. Natch, did you see today's unpopular opinion? No. Nope. It's a good one today. Well, you'll enjoy this one. But all that fun, guys, is coming up. But right now, I'm here, you're here, Natch is here. Let's catch up. How you doing, Natch? It's Friday, man.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, God, yeah, right? What a week. Holy cow. And tonight's going to be a long night. Today's going to be another 12-hour day, dude. Today's going to be another 12-hour day. Filming with the mighty Kyle Miller this afternoon. Looking forward to it. But I project myself forward and I know how tired I'm going to be. But I've got good plans for the weekends. This weekend, Natch, if I remember correctly, tomorrow you're meeting with your friends from football, right?
Yes. After, 4 years that we've
Oh my
God.
Oh, dude, congratulations, man. That'll be good fun. That'll be good fun. I'm meeting up with Mammon Rivera, a former giant here at Vaughan Radio. Meeting up with Kyle Miller and Alberto Alonso, and I think Andrea's coming along as well, for some drinks in El Conce, in Barrio de la Concepcion. Oh my God, I can't wait, man! Can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. I haven't done anything like that in so long. I've been turtling. I don't know what turtling actually means, but for me, turtling means when you put your head inside your shell. And you just, keep yourself to yourself. Try not to be too social. That's what I've been doing. I've been turtling, man. And I'm ready to come out of my shell now and have some fun. And then on Sunday, I think I've got a lunch on Sunday and then nothing else, man. Just relaxing. Dude, I slept, Natch. You saw how tired I was yesterday, right? Yesterday I slept from 7 p.m. to this morning. Yeah. It was a good 11 hours sleep, man. I so needed it. Oh my god. And then when I get home tonight, I've got to clean my apartment. Dude, the bugs are moving out. the insects that are currently crawling. I found ants in my kitchen last night, and they're all moving out. They're like, this place is disgusting. Disgusting. How do you live with yourself? I'm in the mode of thinking, wow, you really need a cleaning lady, Baldy, or a cleaning guy. I need some help in my house. Let's see what people are saying. Born to Iron Man, good morning, ProBoh Showers. Good morning, BTI. Pedro from Instagram. Good morning, happy Friday. Yeah, happy Friday, guys. We made it. Congratulations. The Bridge, good morning, Rob. No me despistado del todo. Got you both, says The Bridge. Born to Iron Man, the most serious profession. It should be the President of the United States. It should be, but has it been proved to be recently? Either the Putin, continues Born to Iron Man. He says, the General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party as well. These should be the most serious positions. But when I say serious, I mean a different thing. When we get into today's unpopular opinion, you'll understand. The bugs are moving out, says the bridge. Hilarious. For us, but not for the bugs. Good morning, Rob, says Jariam. How you doing, Jariam? Oh, guys, we've got a good crowd. Guys, close the doors behind you. We don't need any more people. That's it. We've got the cream of the crop. Let's look at what's going on in the world. I did find some really good news. Obviously, like yesterday, we did a big chat with Richard Vaughan. I got some messages from some of you who said you really enjoyed it. It was interesting. Sorry it wasn't the usual interactive craziness, but you get Richard Vaughan in the studio. It's a good time to take a step back and focus in on a little interviewing. And I enjoyed it a great deal. And we've had a couple of serious shows. We had a lunchtime show where there was a photographer with me and me being an artist, and we did a real deep dive in AI art and its implications for the future of art and the art world. And it was really fascinating. If you're curious about that was the lunchtime show on Wednesday, Natch? Wednesday's lunchtime show, would that be the 19th? So yeah, if you're curious about that, you'll find that show on iVox. Really, really great. Or if you're a member of my Patreon, I will post that this weekend. The video, if you want to see it. And I guess that was. We've had a couple of days of extreme introspection. You guys want me to bring the fun, I think. So today we've got some fun stuff, guys. Do you know who Jack Dorsey is? Do you know who Jack Dorsey is, Natch? Weird. One of the social media CEOs that himself has been turtling. He's the former CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, and I believe Twitter's founder. Well, here we go. This is a piece of news. I'll read you the titular. I'll read you the headline. Twitter founder has set up a brand new Twitter clone. The Twitter. As the CEO promises, it will be a Musk-Free space. Dude, I had a conversation with Carl. Like, the amount of people who are Elon Musk apologists. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the guy. I don't hate Elon Musk. But, I mean, in every single way, he's made some really bad decisions and proved himself to be not so great a businessman as we all originally thought. Oh, yeah, but he trolls people. Really? I mean, if you worked for a company and the CEO's main kind of focus was on telling jokes and being a troll, right? If you worked for him, would you think he was a great boss and a great businessman? I mean, you're looking at it from the outside, and, there are several perspectives to take on Elon Musk that is not... He's so funny. I mean, I actually find him that funny. I do think, he's a very intelligent man. And like a lot of very intelligent people, he's quite socially inept. Okay, anyway, let's continue. And he has some really weird ideas about artificial intelligence. Kind of scaremongery ideas about artificial intelligence. He's not looking far back enough in history to understand what actually will happen in society. So let's continue. Social media alternative founded by Twitter's former CEO, Jack Dorsey, has been described as a Musk-Free Twitter clone. The platform, called Blue Sky, is almost ready for general release and will be marketed as a Twitter competitor, which Dorsey co-founded just before Musk bought Twitter in October. Blue Sky will serve as a public benefit company to build an open-source, decentralized social protocol. Although it has been called a shameless clone of Twitter by The Verge, which had early access to the platform, that is still invite only at the moment. There is some key differences. Users' feed is displayed chronologically, and those you follow by default, and lets users toggle between what's hot between a what's hot algorithmic feed. All right, let me pick that apart. So your feed will be a chronological feed, but you can also see the most popular things if you choose to do so. I'm not going to pick apart this news story too much, but there is a new social media network coming. Will it be adopted? I mean, I know a lot. Did you ever hear about Mastodon, Natch? When people were leaving Twitch in en masse, you know, the panic kind of exodus. I haven't left Twitter. Sorry, I said Twitch. I meant Twitter. I haven't left Twitter. Why would I? You know. And a lot of people joined Mastodon, which again is an open source kind of decentralized social network. And again, a bit of a Twitter clone. But it doesn't interest me. Do you think you'll use Blue Sky from the CEO, the former CEO of Twitter? Is it interesting to you, like that kind of microblog thing, Natch?
Maybe. I don't really use Twitter. Just to, not me. I watch things, but I don't use it.
Yeah, it's a shame it's invite only right now. God, there's another one that's invite only. I only just got access to. And it's an audio-centric social media platform. Those of you know. Clubhouse, that's it. That's what it's called. I don't like the invite-only model. You know, it's kind of like a false exclusivity. I don't dig that. But when it gets released to the public, I will have a look and let you all know my feelings on it. What else do we have in the news? I'm not going to run out of time today, Natch. That's my job today. It's to be good with the time. I'm doing okay. All right, let's continue on. Sam Altman. Oh, do you guys really want more? I'll tell you what, no. Let's go to TikTok. We're not going to talk about AI. TikTok is going to remove climate change denial videos. So, you know, these videos that say, no, climate change is not real, you know, it's cyclical, humans don't have anything to do with it. You know, climate change denial. I think when they say denial, they're more talking about the people who say climate change doesn't exist. So TikTok will remove climate change denial videos and direct users to authoritative information. What do you think about that, Natch? Being a lover of free speech, as I am myself.
Yeah, me too. I don't like nobody banning nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the normal things. I mean, everybody can have their opinion. And
I will be honest with you. When it comes to this kind of thing, I fall in a very moral grey area. Now, like, everyone has the right to be as uninformed as they wish to be. The TikTok algorithm, though, is very, very accurate. It's in many ways, it's a lot like the YouTube algorithm. And this is what worries me about the kind of disinformation that exists on TikTok, Natch, is that you fall in, you hit, for example, a flat earth TikTok video. And for whatever reason, you find it entertaining, funny, you know, you're laughing. And you watch it to the end until it repeats once. You will start getting more and more flat earth videos. And even to convince or to sway or to introduce doubt, even into the most intelligent person, all it takes is a message to be repeated over and over and over again. That's what worries me. And why I don't necessarily see TikTok's move here to remove climate change denial videos as maybe as dangerous or as destructive as a lot of other people will. And this is coming from Sky News, by the way, if you want to check out this news. TikTok said that the changes which are being rolled out ahead of Earth Day. It's the Earth's birthday, Natch. Did you buy it anything? Me neither. Not even a card. Such a bad collaborator. Would help empower accurate climate discussions and reduce harmful misinformation. Okay, I'm starting to be swayed here. TikTok is to start removing videos that deny the existence of climate change. So not deny whether humans are involved in it, whatever, but denying the existence of climate change. And if you've spent enough time in the online sphere, just like me, you've seen these videos yourself. The popular short-form video app it was updating to its misinformation policy to target content which it undermines well-established scientific consensus about global warming. I understand that a lot of people see this as assault on free speech, but being a lover of science and fact, I know what you're saying. Rob, fact, the word fact when it comes to science is malleable. I mean, that's exactly the point. You know, unlike religion, science, when it's proved wrong, it adapts its ideas. And when that doesn't happen, that's usually not a fault of the scientific process, but it's a fault of people, you know. Pedro says, censorship in social media is always a tricky thing. It should always be put in the perspective of what is actually more beneficial to society. And I think, like, removing climate change denial videos is, in aggregate, to the benefit of society. I don't know how many of you would agree with that. I like TikTok. That when the CEO was in Congress, seeing him face a lot of the most ridiculous, quite old people questions that can be asked about social media. Is the internet spying on us? Things like that, man. I mean, come on. A lot of those answers, a lot of his answers and the guy's patience won me over a little bit. The fact that he's not trying to be a superstar like Elon Musk or Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The fact that he kind of keeps himself to himself and he tries to just create a great social media platform. I like that. And I like the fact that they're worrying about misinformation. I like that. How are you doing, Min? Welcome to the show, my dude. Min joining us from all the way from the Netherlands. How are you doing? So yeah, I kind of like it. I'm starting to become a more and more a believer in TikTok, even though the TikTok algorithm hates me and my videos. Certainly it seems to hate me a lot more than Instagram and YouTube does. Oh, by the way, guys, I uploaded a highlight from, I think it was Wednesday's show about the Twitter guru on my YouTube. Do go and check that out. It's certainly a funny little bit. All right, so yeah, I don't think we'll spend any more time talking about the news. I did have some news about something that Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, said that they're reaching the limits of the evolutionary path of large language models, and that we need more ideas, different ideas, to take it one step further. I thought that was quite interesting. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will post the link to that piece of news, which I think is important to read. I will post that on my Patreon for the people who support the show. Let's see. Min says, I'm late because I was vibing to music. Really, Min? Would you call this? It's okay. I was vibing to music earlier too. Dude, I just discovered a hip-hop artist, Natch, called NF. NAF. Particularly the song Running. That just speaks to my soul, man. The song speaks to my soul. Especially my current situation. Like, oh, you know what I mean, guys. We've all been there. Like a song comes on the radio, or you just got it in your discovery playlist on Spotify, and it just... like the artist wrote it for you. That's how I feel about Running by NF. And he's got another song, Hope. Really great, man. Okay, the key, Pedro says, maybe the key is not censoring, but somehow tweaking the algorithm to link those messages with accurate information so that one can always have both sides of the argument. And what about flat earthers? It's so fun to read their arguments. It's a powerful source of entertainment. Yeah, this is great. Can we get a ProBoh proof for Pedro, please?
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
Yeah. It's certainly a quandary. Why wouldn't they do that? I would suggest that the reason they wouldn't do that is because, to a certain extent, the modern the economy of the internet is not information, as people say. That's bull s. The economy of the modern internet is your attention, not your information. You know, Netflix isn't fighting for your information; it's fighting for your attention. As is Instagram, as is TikTok, to keep you on the platform, keep you scrolling. All right. The more contrary information they post may lead you to exit the platform, and it's not in their interest to do that. But I am very encouraged that they're just going to stop that kind of information flow. I think that's a good thing. You know, as I've said a million times, I think humans are dumb, man. I'm chief dummy among you. All right, let's go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
All right, my friends, what is an unpopular opinion? It is a brain fart. Un pedo cerebral, un pedo mental. I share it with you on my social media. You guys tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Today's unpopular opinion is it's a morally ambiguous one. Although the vote would suggest otherwise. Here's today's unpopular opinion, Natch. I want to get your take on it. There is no good excuse to go through your partner's telephone. There is no good excuse to go through your partner's telephone. How do you think people voted, Natch?
True.
True, right? Do you think big difference?
Yeah, like 90%.
90%. Wow, you're so close, dude. 85%. Give yourself a nivelazo. Well done. It's all right, dude. There's so many sound effects, man. That's not a sound effect. That's Richard Vaughan. He just hangs out with Natch in there, and every now and again we poke him with a stick, and he says, "Vaya nivelazo." So yeah, weird that we as a society would agree going through someone's mobile phone is abhorrent. Yet it happens a lot. Not just a little, it happens a lot. In my last 5 relationships, in 4 of them, my phone was gone through. So how is it when we all agree that it's morally repugnant to invade someone's privacy like that it happens so often? I mean, we're going to have a conversation about moral ambiguity, my friends, because it's an important point. You know, we tend to believe we're sovereign, right? We have a moral code, and as I said yesterday, our moral code is a lot more flexible than you might think. And this is one of the best arguments I think we can probably have to illustrate that. Let's go through some messages I received about this. And again, most of those messages tended to be in the agreeing column. Okay, this is Mia. She says, trust is key. If you feel you need to snoop meaning spy, okay, something is wrong. She actually says something's off. I like it when English people write to me. Better to take it out with your partner. Talk it out with your partner, my bad. No good excuse to violate their privacy like that. I would agree. There is no good excuse to violate someone's privacy like that. Josh says, for real, invading someone's privacy is a no-go. Loyalty means respecting boundaries, even if you're curious. Even if there is an issue, confront it head on. Tasha, not Natasha Pasqua, Tasha. Plus we call Tasha Natasha Tash. Says, I get where everyone's coming from, but I'm all about being open. You know, she values being open. If there's nothing to hide, why not share? Phones are not a big deal if you're transparent with one another. Carlos says, look, mutual respect is important. You shouldn't go through your partner's phone, period. Full stop. If something's bothering you, address it like adults and keep those boundaries intact. Let's see what people are saying. Absolutely. Rafaelka says, hi, I totally agree with Pedro about the ambiguity in blocking certain sources of information. Yeah, okay, cool. So does the bridge. There is no good excuse, she continues with today's unpopular opinion. Let's see. Pedro says, there's no excuse to go through your partner's phone. It's our last refuge of privacy, even though Elon Musk knows everything you do with your phone. Maybe. Yeah, on Mark Zuckerberg. You know, I mean, really, privacy is or the illusion of privacy is a whole other thing we can talk about. Let's very quickly go over some pros and cons before we go into the break, because you guys are going to vote, and then we'll talk about it in some great detail after the break. Trust is a fundamental aspect of a healthy relationship, and going through your partner's phone indicates a lack of trust. Everyone has the right to privacy, even within a committed relationship. Respecting your partner's privacy demonstrates respect for their individuality and autonomy. If there are concerns or suspicions in a relationship, it is more productive to address them through open and honest communication rather than spying on someone's phone. Potential harm. Going through your partner's phone can lead to misunderstandings or the discovery of information that could hurt both parties, causing unnecessary conflict. Disagreeing with it in the false comment column. In certain situations, such as when a partner's well-being or safety is in question, going through their phone might be necessary to gather information. If your partner has given explicit permission or has requested you to access their phone for a specific purpose, it may be acceptable to go through it. Suspicion of infidelity. In cases where there is a strong evidence to suggest infidelity, here we go, we're hitting it, guys, or harmful behavior, that could affect the relationship or the partner's well-being, so you might need to go through their phone for confirmation. And shared devices. In relationships where devices are shared or used collectively, there may be situations where accessing your partner's information is reasonable or expected. Okay, guys, I'm going to post a poll in the chat. You're going to tell me, is there ever an excuse to go through your partner's phone? Guys, we'll be back in 4 minutes. Remember, so many things you could have been doing today. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and it means the world. I will see you in a few minutes. Hey, guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, PROBOH. Okay, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the ProBoh Show. It's currently 9 a.m. Central European Time. That means something to you guys listening on the radio. That means something to you guys who are watching me live right now on twitch.tv/professional bohemian and contributing to the show. You know what? Who it doesn't mean anything to, Natch? To those godlike, angelic podcast listeners. It means nothing to them. They exist beyond space and time, Natch. Special people. Yeah, sorry, if you hear me moving around, it's because I need to plug my laptop in before it dies. Because all the content for the show is on there. So it's kind of important that it stays alive. All right, so what did you miss if you're just tuning in? Well, we spoke a little bit about, our plans for the weekend, right, Natch? We're killing it this weekend. We're living our best lives. Then we spoke about some news. We spoke about Jack Dorsey's Blue Sky project. A Twitter rival. A Twitter rival. Is there space in the market for a Twitter rival? I think Twitter itself was dying, and that's my main problem with this. You clone Twitter, well, you know, you're cloning a platform that really isn't doing that well right now. I mean, I think the only reason Twitter is still relevant is because it's because a lot of media personalities use it, you know. Oh, the poll is finished. All right, okay. Then we went on to talk about. We very briefly mentioned Sam Altman saying they are reaching the ceiling of how far large language models like ChatGPT can go. You know, and if we want to achieve AGI, we're going to need new ideas. That's what he said. But then we moved on to talk about TikTok, and we had a little philosophical discussion. TikTok are going to remove climate change denial videos. We spoke about the moral implications of that. You know, the debate between free speech and what is actually the kind of speech that is actually beneficial to society. One day we're going to do free speech is overrated, I think. I think we might need a 2-hour show for that one, Natch. And then we moved on to today's unpopular opinion, which was there is never a good excuse to go through your partner's phone. Let's get a drum roll, Natch. Let's go over this. Let's get a drum roll. 67% said true. Yeah. Which I think is much more of a reasonable number than 85-90. Okay, this is a difficult one to pick through because, it's quite a morally ambiguous topic. I can be completely sincere with you all and say, hand on heart, I have never cheated on a person. Never. Never. At least never physically cheated on a person. You know, I may have. You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not here to present a false side of myself. There have been relationships that have gone sour towards the end of that relationship, and maybe I've been flirtatious, but never crossed the line. You know, I'm not proud of that fact, but it has happened. But never cheated on a partner. Never cheated on a partner. However, I've been cheated on many times, and weird thing is. I've had my phone and information gone through. That I was with a girl once that even went so far as to check my bank account. Yeah. Oh, dude, Natch. Man, it's been an adventure, this life. You know, I've been with someone who measured so closely my Instagram followers and people that I followed and followed me that they could identify individuals who had followed me. And who would also follow people who followed me to check out if there was any funny business. One of the people that cheated on me. Yeah. Interesting. It's an interesting debate because although as a society we seem to agree that there's no good excuse to go through a partner's phone, it seems to be something that happens. Now your question is, have you ever done it? Right? Have you ever done it, Natch, or have you ever had it done to you?
And I don't know if somebody has done it to me,
right,
but no, I haven't realized, and I've never done it.
No. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I have. Quite a shameful story, because obviously it's not something that I'm proud of. So I was in a relationship, and that relationship was really uphill. I was accused of cheating. I was made to believe that my behavior was inappropriate. And it wasn't, you know, the way I interact with people that I knew, or friends, or people who listen to my shows, or media things, the way I interacted with them, I was made to believe that I was being inappropriate. And this went on for over a year, you know, to the point where, you know, you start to question yourself. Until a few things happened that led me to believe, hang on a minute, if I'm over here, you know, just trying to be the best version of myself that I can be. Yeah, I'm being faced with this wall of criticism and you know, and I'm starting to hate myself because I'm starting to question my own the moral validity of my own behavior. Maybe the reason that I'm dealing with jealousy is because there's a guilty conscience. You know what I mean? Because it's happened before, like the previous time I mentioned, when someone went through my phone, my social media, my bank account. That was because that person was cheating on me. And they felt like, you know, if I'm doing it, he must be doing it, kind of thing. And I picked up that... I was in that relationship, I picked up the phone, I had it in my hand, I looked through it for like 10 seconds and put it down. You know, I didn't actually see anything. I didn't even have time to open WhatsApp. But that's not the point. I did pick up someone else's phone and go through it. Is that a good excuse? I would say probably not. What I should have done in that case, in a relationship that was that toxic and making me feel that bad about myself, is have gotten out. I should have left that situation rather than try and rationalize behavior that was insane. And that's the point, right? That's the point that we're all coming to, is that kind of behavior is toxic. And I recognize it because I've done it, and I recognize that toxicity in myself. You know, and you can make an excuse. Oh, well, you know, you thought, you know, you were being treated a certain way. I mean, I have, like, Andrea, that's what she told me. She says, look, you were being treated a certain way. It's all, you know, you can see a clear line to what led to you doing that. But still, I don't think there's much of an excuse. And I have friends who've done it to their partners, but been a lot more successful at it than I was. And actually had a good look. Here's the thing, I think if that happens, like again, that same person who was that jealous, to be accusing me and making me question my own behavior. That same person, had backdoor access through my computer to see my Instagram, to see my private messages, my Facebook and whatnot. And I think if you have a certain mindset, any kind of communication you're going to see as being wrong, right? And I think that's the danger of accessing the private space of another person. I think that's why we find it so morally repugnant, but that a lot of people do it. Like I addressed this with a very, very good friend of mine who had access to her boyfriend's mobile phone without his knowledge. And she says, look, like in my circle of friends, we've spoken about it and we all do it. We've all done it, you know? It's a very morally ambiguous thing because as a society, we believe it, we know that it's not right to assault someone's privacy like that, someone's autonomy. However, it's done so frequently that it makes me question, is there a disalignment in what we believe and the way we act? Is this another one of those classic disalignments? Interesting. But I do like the fact that 67% said true, because I think that's a little bit more realistic. And obviously, you know, I say everyone does it, and maybe no one in your circle of friends does it. I'm going to be open and admit that once in my life I did, even though it was quite fruitless. You know, why wouldn't I? I mean, I'm a human just like you. Let's continue. Yeah, Pedro had to leave. Sorry, Pedro, if you're listening to the podcast, which I'm sure you are, you're an angelic being. How are you doing? We miss you in the chat right now. What are people from Yorkshire even called? Besides weirdos and planks, says this is Min, obviously. I know Yorkshire Terriers are called Yorkies, but that feels weird to call people that. People from Bradford, people from where I'm from, we're called tykes. Tikes, tykes. People from Yorkshire, I don't know if there's a phrase for it. I mean, look even as far back as the late 60s, it's called the Four Yorkshiremen sketch. Like people from Liverpool are called Scouses. I mean, you'll find in the UK it's more cities that adopt names for their citizens. Stop going for the easy prey, Rob, that are women with low self-esteem, says Min. That's not my MO, man. I don't, you know what I mean? That's not my MO. Start going for the easy prey, says. That's not my MO, but I'll tell you something. Self-esteem is a struggle when you're my age. And you just can't find a partner. So I get it. That's the dating pool. Tykes sounds like a curse word, says Min. Yorkies as in Yorkie bars. No, that's the name for a Yorkshire Terrier, not a person. So there you go, like the moral ambiguity of searching someone's phone. Like I have a good friend on Instagram. We have a connection on Instagram. Met them in person once. And yeah, those who have engaged in that behavior understand that moral ambiguity better than those who haven't. Because we know and we hate ourselves for having done it, you know? And then quite often, people who have done it, the danger of that behavior, if you're pushed to some sort of, in some sort of moral quandary, you're pushed into a corner, you believe something's going on, and then you find something, whether it be erroneous and you're making a mountain out of a molehill, or you actually find some real infidelity. What does that do? Well, that kind of legitimizes the poor behavior, doesn't it? Not everybody regrets having done it, to be fair, says Min. Yeah, I would say to some degree they do. And if they say they don't, that's probably a little naive on their part. I mean, there are things that I've done in my life that have been a way net positive that, you know, I can kind of find it within myself to regret a little bit. You know? Regret is a noble emotion. We tend to think of regret like a stain. Like a stain on a human timeline. But more than a stain, it's just like a course correction for your own behavior, in my eyes. You know, it doesn't mean... It's like I always thought, moralistically, I would never... having been someone who suffered this a few times, I would never pick up someone else's phone and go through it. And then, you know, and then I found myself... Then I found myself doing it once, and I find that, and I'm, you know, and here I am a grown man saying I will never do that again. And who knows about the future? This is what the point I was trying to make yesterday. Like, our morals are more flexible than we may think. You know, I brought up the psychological experiment done on judges in the States, where they gave more favourable verdicts after lunch than before lunch on aggregate. You know, so much of our behaviour is determined by externalities and by the person who we're engaging in that behaviour with. But to say we're morally absolute, that we're sovereign, I think is very naive. We're not. None of us are. And to understand that is a powerful thing. That's why I'm sharing it with you. All right, friends. That was a little bit of a serious part, but you know what we're going to do now? We're going to go to 100 humans. Woo, lordy. Oh my God, friends. Yeah, we're in 100 humans. I asked 100. It was a long walk to work. Sorry, I'm skipping the bit you all love. It was a long walk to work, friends, across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys. And on that walk, I encountered 100 humans. And I asked them this question. Name a professional. So a professional, someone in a profession. So name a professional. So I'm looking for job titles here, guys. Name a professional that you seldom see joking around. So name a professional you never see joking around, goofing around, being silly. Name the type of professional that you never see joking around. I asked them that question. Natch, they gave me their answers. And I am in possession, Natch, of the 7 most popular answers right here. Your job in the chat, live viewers, is to identify those top 7 answers. Luckily for you, you have the Natch here, the Oracle. When it's just me and you have to suffer through it, and not my clues. All right, so I asked people to name a type of professional that you seldom see joking around. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, we've got some. What do you reckon, Natch? What's your immediate thought?
Police officer.
A police officer. A police officer. No one has said that yet in the chat, Natch. If this is there, you've done it on your own, my dude. Police officer. It's there. Well done, Natch. It is the sixth most popular answer, with 4 of 100 humans saying the police. You never see police joking around. All right. Urs is here. How are you doing, Urs? Nice to see you back, my friend. Urs says a judge. Juez. A judge. Never see a judge joking around. Have you seen judges and have you seen judges in England, Natch? You're not telling me they're not joking around with that silly wig, wearing a robe. That's just joking around, isn't it? Judges. Is judges there? Yes, it is. Well done. It's there. It's the 4th most popular answer, with 9 of 100 humans saying you never see a judge joking around. Oof. The guys in chat are they're struggling with this one. Name a profession you never see joking around. The Bridge says neurosurgeons. Neurosurgeons. You know, I'm gonna read neurosurgeons and say doctors, right? Because neurosurgeon is very specific. It is a great answer. It's doctors there. You never see doctors goofing around, goofing off. It's there. Well done, Bridge. It is actually the 2nd most popular answer, with 27 of 100 humans saying doctors don't goof around. They don't. You don't see them joking around too much. Goof off, being silly, like me on the lunchtime show and Andy. Rafelka says a pilot. A pilot, an airline pilot. Dude, imagine that. You get on the plane, you sit down, the guy's like, what's up, guys? We're going to fly. I'm going to try and do today. It's flight blindfold. Like, that is not a profession you want to see people goofing around, is it? Pilot. Great answer, but did the 100 humans agree? Pilot. It's not there. It's not there. Bear in mind, I only have the top 7 answers here. Pilot may have been number 8. You guys have got 4 more to get. There are a lot of people watching the stream and only a few participating. Come on, guys. Name a type of profession or professional you seldom see, you hardly see, you rarely see joking around. Go on, Natch, give him another clue.
Maybe a bouncer?
Bouncer? Ooh! How do you say bouncer in Spanish? Is it gorilla? No, you don't say gorilla, do you?
Well, you don't say it to a bouncer's face. Yeah, they are called gorillas, but they are porteros de discoteca.
Okay, I've made a mental note. Thanks, Natch. You may have saved me from physical pain later in my life. Hola, sí, estaba hablando con tu compañero, la gorila.
El gorila.
El gorila, okay. And then when I wake up in the hospital a few days later. So is a doorman there, a doorman, bouncer. Portero de discoteca, I like that. Thank you, Natch. Is it there? No, it's not. Oh. Urs says a priest. A priest. A priest. Is it there? No, it's not. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to give you some clues because I want to get into today's Complete the News. You have to be quick. Okay, the 7th most popular answer is someone who deals with numbers. Someone who deals with numbers in a company or even freelance, maybe help you do your taxes. Who am I talking about, Natch?
An accountant?
An accountant! Give yourself a round of applause. An accountant. Natch, this is your round, my friend. The live viewers not doing too well today. Okay. Position number 5. Yeah, I don't agree with this so much. Because we have this profession working on the radio. And we work with a lot of this profession, Natch, me and you. And we see them joking around and having fun. You know? Maybe not in the formal government-run version of this profession. Maybe they have to be more serious. They're dealing with a lot more people, younger people. And they can't joke around. Who do you think it is, Natch?
A teacher.
A teacher! Well done! Okay, we have to forget the last 8 years of politics, Natch. Oh, God, I've just given it away, a politician. Go on. It's there. Never mind. I was going to say, I wanted to say the last 8 years of history. But yeah, politicians. You never used to see them goofing around. But God, you do now. I have burnt into my brain the image of Donald Trump dancing, and it keeps me up at night. The Bridge says they have to joke around more than politicians. Let's see. And finally, the number 1 answer. It's not a judge, Natch. It's not a judge. But someone who works with them.
A lawyer.
A lawyer! Well done. Oh, we've not got time for Complete the News. Referees and umpires, says Urs. Good answer. I think you guys struggled today because there were just so many answers you could have given. Mental note. Okay. All right, guys, let's go head first into Complete the News.
Complete the news!
Oh, man, I have 2 great Complete the Newses, but I have been talking about this one in Yorkshire for all week. So we're going to get this one done. All right, Natch. Complete the news. I give you a news headline with some information missing. You guys watching, you give us an A, B, or a C, depending on which answer you think is correct. This is how it works. All right, here we go. Northern passengers. Passengers on the rail from the north of England. Northern passengers told to stop watching blank whilst commuting, whilst travelling on the train. Northern passengers told to stop. Keep it. Natch, I see that smile. I know you. I know you too well. Northern passengers told to stop watching blank whilst commuting. Is it A, other passengers? Is it B, pornography, or is it C, Netflix? Northern passengers told to stop watching blank whilst commuting. But what have they been asked to stop watching? Is it A, other passengers, B, pornography, or C, Netflix? Guys in the chat, it's your turn to take this away. What do you think? I'm going to go to Natch real quick. What do you think, Natch?
Netflix?
You think Netflix? C. The chat seems to be settling on A as the correct answer. Yeah. We've got A and we've got C. Does that Friday magic work, Natch? Is this Friday magic going to work? Have you guys... Have I failed in fooling you? I think A is the answer, including you and the chat. A seems to be the most heavily weighted. Northern passengers told to stop watching other passengers. A, whilst commuting. The other answers were B, pornography, or C, Netflix. Was Nat right? On this Friday, do I stand victorious? Or have I failed? Let's get a drum roll and find out. Northern passengers told to stop watching pornography. Oh! I got you. I got all of you. Hey, a big congratulations to Urs and the Bridge for doing the lion's share of the work in chat right now. You guys rock, man. Can we get a ProBoh approved for these two?
ProBoh approved.
You guys, killing it. Killing it. A lot of you watching, not a lot of you participating. That makes me sad. It makes me a sad guy. All right, so let's break down this piece of news. Yeah, it's true. Northern passengers from my neck of the woods, my paisanos, Natch, told to stop watching pornography when travelling on the train. This is coming from the Yorkshire Evening Post, paper I used to read when I was a lot younger. Northern Railway has urged passengers to stop watching pornography and other not safe for work content. You'll see NSFW in a lot of English posts. That's what it means. Not safe for work content on board their trains. Again, guys, I will post this link in my Patreon so you guys can have a good read if you follow me there. Guys, God, what a great week we've had of content this week, Natch. If you're a member of the ProBohverse in some way, we've given you some good variety this week. Friends, let me tell you something. There is so many things you could have been doing today. So many. And instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me. And it means the absolute world. Guys, I'll see you on Monday.